It's the day that all Manchester United fans had wanted for such a long time. Erik ten Hag has been sacked by Manchester United with Ruud van Nistelrooy, who will stay as the interim manager if all goes to plan after internal talks. Let me know your thoughts down below. Was this the correct decision by Ineos? Absolutely. Man United this season have been diabolical. Absolutely diabolical. Let me know your thoughts. Make sure you go down, drop a like if you haven't already. And make sure you have subscribed to the channel. The road to 30,000 subscribers is well and truly on. I thought Erik ten Hag personally would be sacked after the last international break. I thought it was the right time to let him go. Man United this season they haven't won a Europa League game. They haven't, at present, I don't think they've won a Premier League game in their last 3 or 4. They just lost to West Ham. Of course, he won the League Cup in his first season. They finished 3rd. He won the FA Cup last season, and they had their lowest finish in a Premier League season ever, which was, I think it was 8th. But they won the FA Cup, so that kind of papered over some of the cracks. This season, Man United are sitting 14th. They just lost to a West Ham side, albeit I never thought it was a penalty, and I don't think they should have lost that game. They had more than enough chances. But as you can see, played 9, lost 4, drawn 2, and won 3. They're below West Ham. They're below Newcastle. Below Man United should never be below Fulham or Bournemouth. I personally believe Ineos will make the right appointment. If that's Ruud van Nistelrooy as an interim until maybe they find the right guy. He was never the right guy going into this season. They wanted to appoint someone else. They approached De Zerbi. They've looked at Thomas Frank. They've looked at a number of managers. I think Thomas Frank would be a great appointment for Manchester United. I think he's a tactician. I think he's got a very good understanding of how the Premier League works now. He's managed a team that, Brentford to be in the top 10, very, very good. Very, very good for them. Considering last season they just about stayed above relegation. They lost Tony. I think he did a really, really good job to keep him in the Premier League. Man United, though, have been a mess. There's no play style. They've got big performers in their team that are not performing. Garnacho's been one of the best players under Ten Hag. His recruitment has been nothing short of a disgrace. 90 million on Anthony. I think the recruitment this window is better. Ugarte's a good signing. De Ligt's a good signing. Mazwari's a good signing. Obviously, Rasmus, but before that was a good signing. Xerxes a good signing. And the recruitment is going in the right direction since Ineos have been there. But absolutely huge news that Ruud van Nistelrooy will stay on as an interim manager. I think Ruud van Nistelrooy will 100% get a reaction out of these players. These players are not as bad as these performances have made out. Yes, of course, there's some players that are naturally just underperforming and not at the level right now. But if I'm being brutally honest, I think Erik ten Hag needed to go. I think it was the correct decision from Ineos to do so. The big thing now is going to be, is Ruud van Nistelrooy into the end of the season? Are they prepared to give him time? I thought when he come on as the assistant coach, that would have always been, potentially the plan to go down to Ruud van Nistelrooy. He's managed in Holland. He managed PSV. He won a couple of trophies out there. He put out, Romano's put out saying that, understand, Ruud van Nistelrooy will be interim manager of Manchester United, as revealed earlier today. He's the immediate replacement for Erik ten Hag. Decision made internally. And now when you look at that, I think that's probably the best thing to do in the short term. Whether he's going to be good enough to go out there and really get this Man United team back to the promised land is another question. Now, they have actually got a game in a couple of days against Leicester in the League Cup. And it's actually a nice bunch of fixtures for Ruud van Nistelrooy. Other than Chelsea on this Sunday, it's a nice bunch of fixtures. Leicester, PAOK. So I was about to say Panathinaikos, but it's not. PAOK, Leicester again, Bodo Glimt, Ipswich Town. Other than the Chelsea game, Man United should be winning those 5 games comfortably. 4 of those games of the next 6 at Old Trafford. They should comfortably beat Bodo Glimt in the Europa League. PAOK, I think they'll comfortably beat them now. I think you will see a new manager bounce from Ruud van Nistelrooy. Where is this going to turn out, similar to the way Ollie was at Manchester United? Does he have... I think Ruud van Nistelrooy will get a new manager bounce, but is he the right guy for Man United? I don't know. I think it's a long process of getting Man United back to winning the Premier League, or back to at least competing. Ruud van Nistelrooy, he knows the club. He won trophies at the club. He won league titles at the club. He's 48, which is relatively young as a coach. What should Man United expect from Ruud van Nistelrooy? He's strong-willed. He's obsessed with... He's a bit of a perfectionist. He loves to play attacking style of football. I think he got 150 odd goals for Man United. Alex Ferguson has come out and said, I said to Ruud, oppositions will start to analyze you. You're very direct in your approach. So sometimes in games, you need to take that extra touch just to shift the angle of your finish. We worked quite a bit on that. And as ever, he's focused and disciplined to try and add to his game and be a success. I think you're going to see Man United improve. I'm going to comfortably say that Man United will improve now that Ten Hag has gone. There was no play style there. You could see a lot of these players weren't playing for him, and that present, I genuinely think that Man United now, the aim should be getting back into the top 4. It's only 3 or 4 wins. That they're on 11 points. They're only 6 behind Chelsea, 3 or 4 wins on the bounce. And everything can change for them. Whether or not Van Nistelrooy, is the right man. It's all about winning the next game now. If they go out there, have Van Nistelrooy, go and beat Leicester comfortably, get a bit of confidence, and then kind of see where they're at. Because as of right now, I genuinely think that, for me personally, Man United are such a big football club. They have to be up there constantly competing for trophies, constantly competing for league titles. And yes, you could say, oh, but Ten Hag won trophy. I understand that. Ten Hag won an FA Cup. Ten Hag won a League Cup. I'm not disputing that. But I think that the size of Man United, they should be doing more than that for me personally. More than winning FA Cups, more than winning League Cups. Playing in the Champions League should be the absolute bare minimum for this football club. They're the biggest club in the country. They've got 13 Premier League titles. They've had some of the best players of all time play at their football club in Cristiano Ronaldo. But in the last few years, Man United, or probably the last decade, have absolutely fallen off a cliff. Fallen off a cliff. But whether Van Nistelrooy can get them back at the top of that cliff, we'll have to wait and see. I genuinely think he's going to be a really good appointment. Really, really good appointment. Let me know your thoughts down below. I'm very interested to see what his lineup he's going to choose as well tomorrow night, or Wednesday night. Sorry, against Leicester. Let me know your thoughts down below. And I will see you next time. Thank you all for watching. Drop a like. Make sure you have subscribed. And I am out. Finally, Ten Hag was gone. United fans have got to be happy with that, surely.